Hey guys, Scott Davidson with the Davidson Realty team, Real Estate Made Easy. I am here today with Corry Malcolm from High Priority Plumbing. And Corry and I were talking, and one of the things we talked about would be really kind of cool, I think, for you guys, is like when you're thinking about buying a house, or if you're just doing your annual, January 1st kind of brings in this too. If you're kind of doing your annual once over and looking at your house and trying to figure out, like, what do I need to be paying real attention to make sure my house stays in great shape, or if the house I'm buying is in good shape, and is it, going to have any problems that I don't know about. So we were kind of talking about that. So Corry, thank you for taking time to do this. And I just want to kind of let you kind of take a lot of this and kind of give me maybe the top 3 reasons or top 3 things that you'd be looking for when you go to a house. If you had to just go with your buddy or your sister or your mom, right? And you were going, Mom, I don't think it's a good house, and here's why. What would be the 3 things that would really kind of throw you that way?
Water heaters, stains, and fixtures, toilets, faucets, things like that.
Water heater, stains, and fixtures, that type of stuff.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the water heater. What do you mean by that? I mean, like, just, I've seen rust, but I mean, outside the obvious, like, you can see a problem. If it seems to be like somebody's living in the house and everything's going fine, how do we know it's not working, or how do we know what we should do?
It's definitely ask questions if you're able to when you're buying a house. Has the water heater been flushed? A lot of people don't know that you're supposed to flush a water heater.
What's the typical age of a water heater? Like, I know they go, you've got your cases where they go 25 years, I get it. Yeah. What's the normal age?
They say 8 to 12 years.
8 to 12. Okay, fair enough. So the second thing we talked about, what was that? Like, water stains, water discolorations.
Yeah, I go into a lot of houses, people that just bought houses. There's, you could tell where a repair's been made in the ceiling, a discoloration, or discoloration in the floor, on the walls, anything. Water usually leaves a stain. Yeah. So if you just look around the plumbing fixtures, below them, anywhere, that's
that pesky water.
Yeah.
It lets you know where it's been.
Definitely.
But all right, and then we also have like fixtures. So tell me more like what we should look at for fixtures.
Toilets kind of goes back to the stains. Check around the floor, the wax ring may be leaking. Right. Listen to it. The toilet could be running.
How does it happen? And this might be a little sidebar bonus question. I'm just curious. We've had 3 inspections come back in the last month where the hot water and the cold water were opposites. How in the world does that happen?
There's a lot of different ways. Either new construction or repair was made. Right. A lot of times if a repair is made and you're just in the middle of a ceiling, you have to cut some stuff out. Okay. I've seen it a lot.
So you've seen it before?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious. Yeah. I was just thinking, bonus question, because it's the weirdest thing to me. I'm like, cold is always on the, well, now they say it on the right, I think, right? Yeah. And hot's always on the left. And I was like, what do you mean it's backwards? Or the knobs turn backwards. I'm like, somebody was dyslexic, I think. Not to make fun of dyslexic people, but
A lot of times what happens is, they have Home Depot and Lowe's where you can get all these stems. Okay. A lot of times there's a hot stem and there's a cold stem, and if you put those in wrong, that's what causes the handles to go backwards.
Gotcha.
Faucets with built-in supply lines, if you're not paying attention, you could hook the hot up to the cold side and that would be backwards. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, if there was anything additional that we didn't cover, what would that be? Like anything that just kind of maybe triggered you while we were talking about, as you were walking through a house, you're going, oh, don't forget to check that, or don't forget to do that maybe in the winter, or those types of things.
One big thing that we run into a lot, gray poly was a defective pipe.
The PV pipe.
Yeah. So you want to make sure, if you do have that pipe in your house or in the house that you're looking at, that you kind of know that you're going to have problems.
So it's not an if, it's a when?
It's more of a when, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who've never had problems. Right. Hopefully they don't, but it's one of those situations. I would go ahead and prepare for it.
All right, so give me your advice. I take you to a house, you're my buyer, we notice the house has the gray PV piping. Do you buy that house?
You can,
or do you negotiate that into the offer?
I would negotiate it into the offer, just because it's a relatively easy fix. Yeah. But you're gonna have sheetrock repairs. You're gonna repipe the house. There's a good bit of cost in there, depending on the size of the house and the bathrooms. Okay. Another thing, and it sounds so simple, is cover your faucets in the winter on the outside.
The spigots.
Yeah. Because
Absolutely.
You may never have an issue, but if you do, you're gonna wish you had spent that couple dollars.
Fair enough. Well, Corey, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I hope that helped you guys. I mean, we definitely gave you 3 good tips and a bonus there. So, if there's anything we can do for you, obviously reach out to us. The phone numbers have already been on the screen and will continue to be on the screen. So let us know what we can do for you guys. Obviously, we're trying to make real estate easy for you, and Corey's trying to make plumbing easy for you. So let us know how we can help, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
Thank you.